Good morning. It's Bruce Linton from the Father's Forum with 3 minutes of parenthood for today. Um, with how to be a better parent. So that's like how can you do that? How can you improve? How can you develop as a parent? Oh, there's actually a way that that can happen. I want to tell you a story to start with, which is a guy wants to know what's most important in life. So he goes on a journey to see the great guru, travels many, many miles, comes to the teacher's temple and asks his attendant if he can see him. And he goes and sees the teacher. The teacher says, yes, send him in. And the guy comes in and says, you have traveled a very long distance. I just have one question I want to ask you. And the teacher says, yes, what is it? He says, what's the most important thing in life? And the teacher says, the most important thing in life, use good judgment. And he goes, oh, yes, if I only used good judgment, that makes so much sense. And he leaves the temple that he's seen the guru at. He's walking down this long hill. He could use good judgment. Oh, things would be so much better with my wife. My kids, it would be easier. People I work with. I mean, if you use good judgment, it just makes such a big difference on how you are in the world. And he gets a moment and he's shocked and he runs back to the temple. He asks the attendant, can you see the teacher one time? And the attendant said, well, let me go ask him again. The teacher says, okay, come back in. He says, Master, please tell me, how do you get good judgment? Ah, bad judgment. So I think what that story tells us is that the way we learn is through making mistakes. And that's how I believe you become a better parent. You don't do things well at times. You don't handle things in the most thoughtful way. Um, you don't use good judgment, but you discover through your mistakes what would be a key to wisdom to making the mistakes. But the road to being a better parent is, can you acknowledge in yourself that you didn't handle that well, that you didn't do something in the best way you thought it could be done now that you see the results? And can you apologize when it's necessary, whether that's to your partner or to your child? Um, and then can you explain sometimes to your child, hey, I wish we'd done that differently. I wish I'd handled that differently, and let them know we're all at time, we're all growing, we're all changing, we're all learning the best way to do things. We're all making mistakes at time. And it's good to see that and just recognize, oh, I would do that different next time. So that's the key to being a better parent. The wisdom of not letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. Just be a good enough parent and know that the key to your development and your growth is making mistakes, which you will do. It's inevitable. And the teaching, the wisdom of today's talk is, can you notice that? Can you see that? And can you admit that to yourself without feeling guilt or shame and realize I made a mistake? That's the wisdom teaching for today. And you're learning to do it differently. Okay. Um, Thanks for dropping in today. The journey continues. See you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.